Today at eTrailer.com, we're going to be working on this 2006 Chevrolet 2500 HD series. We're going to be installing part number 23-1950 from Westin. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to want to remove the forward, center, and rearmost body mount bolts. That's where our tube steps are actually going to mount. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the bolts. Alright, now that we got our bolts removed, I'm going to show you on the brackets itself, they're actually marked per the side and which location they actually go in. This one says PF, so it's going to be passenger front. Then the center bracket is actually going to be the longer one, and it's going to have in the center of it, it's going to say PC for passenger center. And then on the rear bracket, it's actually going to be the medium sized one, and it's going to be marked with the letters PR for passenger rear. For the driver's side, it's going to have driver front, driver center, and driver rear marked on them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put our brackets into place. We're going to start with the rear. Passenger right label pointing to the front of the vehicle. We're going to go ahead and use the existing bolts. We're just going to go ahead and hand tighten these for now to where we can have a little bit of wiggle room to line up our tube steps a little easier. Now on this one, you want the larger part of the bracket to mount into the bottom of the truck. It's going to have the plate on the rear side of it. We're also going to leave this one loose as well. Now the forward bracket, we're actually going to be mounting it with the label towards us and the side plate towards the rear of the vehicle. Again, we're going to use the same hardware and just leave it loose so we can attach our tube step a little easier. All right, so now that we have our brackets in place, we're going to go ahead and mount our tube step. Now it's probably best if you had a second set of hands to help you hold it up so it doesn't scratch the nice finish on them. So on the brackets, we're going to be using the two 50mm bolts for the end brackets, and the center bracket we're going to be using a 25mm bolt. Before we do our last tightening, we're going to make sure that it's all lined up in the way that you want it. First ones we're going to tighten up are the ones that are the brackets that are going into the body mounts. Come here. All right, now we're going to go ahead and tighten our bracket bolts that are going into our tube step. All right, now that we have our bolts all tightened down, go ahead and do the same thing on the driver's side of the vehicle. All right, and that'll conclude the installation on this 2006 Chevrolet 2500 HD series for part number 23-1950 from Westin.